All right, so I think I fixed it. I think I did. Well, see, you guys at TikTok didn't see that. And I just went dead air on YouTube because Twitch was freezing up my stream. And so I can't stream to both services tonight. And so now I'm just waiting for the chat to fill back up so I can answer questions. So I'm on Twitch right now answering questions. Let's see. I've been treated with Crossfire. Okay, so what is better for maintaining Crossfire or Alpine? Crossfire is better for bedbugs. Alpine, the bedbugs have started to develop an immunity to Alpine. And so the Alpine is not as effective for bedbug treatment as Crossfire is now. It does still work. It does. It just doesn't work as well as Crossfire. Which is better for bedbug prevention, Alpine or Crossfire? Crossfire. Crossfire is better. I will be right back. I'm going to run and use the bathroom. So I will be right back. Oh, I feel better now. Alright. So now I'm back, YouTube. Sorry about the brief. I hope that I don't freeze like I was. I think I need to fix my bitrate. I think that's one of the problems. That's what I've heard people say, that if you're going to dual stream, you need to fix your bitrate. So let me close this, see if I can sign into chat again. Let's see, let's close that window, and then we'll reopen a new one. And then, so I can get my chat fixed for YouTube. Sorry about that, everybody. Algorithm put this at the bottom of my starting page. I'm sorry about that. I know, YouTube doesn't like me. I teach people about bugs and stuff. They must not like it. So, I had to leave the chat, so I don't know if you answered my previous... I don't know. Everything is gone. Let's see. Lisa Lapello said, how is your baby? Well, my baby is perfect. He is great. He is asleep. He is sleeping very good right now. Actually, he sleeps about between 4 and 5 hours a night. It is fantastic. I told my wife, I said, don't get tricked. He's trying to trick you, so you'll want to have another baby, and then the next baby won't sleep at all. All right, so which I don't mind. I'll have babies. I love babies. Babies are the joy to life. They're amazing. My mom had bed bugs. They're gone now, but the mattress envelopes are about 30 each. I'm not sure what a mattress envelope, like a mattress encasement. Yeah, mattress encasements are not very good. The problem with encasements is that people use them as a way to get rid of bed bugs when I had itchy nose. I'm sorry. But bed bugs won't actually die from an encasement. Itchy, 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 itchy. I need to trim my mustache. That's the problem. It curls up. It gets right here and it curls up. And then it makes it look like I'm picking my nose on stream, but I'm really not. I'm really not. I mean, you guys see this, right, on TikTok? I'm not picking my nose. You don't think I'm picking my nose, do you? I don't think I'm picking my nose. I know I'm not picking my nose. I ain't getting no boogers on my fingers. But anyway. You could tell I'm self-conscious. And Jennifer says, I found Crossfire locally, and it was the best price. It made me wonder if it was old. Does Crossfire have an expiration date? Not that I know of, Jennifer. Typically, people buy it. They use it within a couple years. You know, it should be fine. This is a very useful topic. My mom has caregivers and nurses visit, and they see a lot of people. I think that's where oh, absolutely. I should do a video on caretakers and the bugs they bring into your home, because they don't just bring bed bugs, they'll bring roaches and fleas too. They are, yes, absolutely. What size is your company? Okay, so by size, when you say what is the size of my company, do you say like how many people do I employ, or how many customers do I have? Because I can do a lot myself. So let's see, what is your preferred IGR for roaches? Nygaard is really good. That's typically what I use for roaches. I haven't had to use... well, Nygaard's the only IGR I use for roaches because it's in Vendetta. Oh, and there's a call. So let's see what this is all about. Hello, this is Jason Akers with Green Acres Pest Control. Can I help you?
Yes, I had to call and echo what you're saying. I work within the medical profession, and I have to be very careful.
Yes.
And I do want people to be very wary and aware that when you do go into people's homes, you definitely can carry a lot of things out of there. I'm also a retired hairdresser. And when I tell you, I've had people in the chair and I'd be combing through their hair and I'd see fleas. It is very much so easy to carry these things around. That's the reason why they're so hard to control.
Oh, yeah, I carry them with me all the time.
I want to give you kudos and thank you for your knowledge, because it's so inspiring just watching you and listening to you, because you taught me a lot myself, because I'm trying to help a family member as well. So I just want to just call in, just give you some inspiration, just let you know that, you know, you've got people watching that may not necessarily always make a comment, but you are making an impact in the world, and we appreciate you for it.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's sweet.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Bye. That's nice. I don't get that very much. It's nice to see. Most of the time a comment comes and it's negative and it's mean and spiteful, and all I'm doing is just taking time out of my day to talk. The size of my company, I'm just one guy. I got my son. He's apprenticing. He can't get his license for another year, but he works with me. He helps me with a lot of work, but he's my apprentice, so he can't go on his own, but just me and him. I work all the time, though. I'm 24 hours. If a call came in right now, I'd turn off a live stream. I'd go out and do it. So that's just how I am. My mom is a home care nurse. I've warned her what to watch out for. So let me tell you a story. So one time, I used to do this house. I used to service this house for cockroaches. And they had, their son was, needed a caregiver. He was, I don't know if it's considered autism or what it was, but he needed somebody to be there with him all the time and help take care of him. And when I went to the house to do their pest control, they had a cockroach problem. And it was a nagging cockroach problem. It wasn't like they had them everywhere. They didn't have a real serious problem, but it was just like a random few here and there. And when I went, I was walking through the kitchen treating it for cockroaches, and the caregiver's purse was sitting on the other side of the wall, and a cockroach crawled right out of her purse and went into the kitchen. And so the woman called me. I talked to her. I left her a note to give me a call when she got home, and she called me, and I discussed it with her, and I told her, look, I said, I think it's your company that you've hired. I think, maybe they're not screening their people well enough. Maybe she brought bed bugs in from someone else's, house. Is she, not bed bugs, but cockroaches from the lady she just came from. I don't know, or boy, or whoever it was. But the point is that she had cockroaches coming out of her purse into the woman's house. And so what they ended up doing was they hired somebody else to take care of their son, and all the cockroaches died. They no longer had the nagging issue. I was able to treat the house and keep the roaches from coming back, and everything died. So that does actually happen all the time, with especially home in care, where people come into your home and take care of your family members. It's very high probability. And I mean, you can get these things from nursing homes too. Nursing homes are bad. Some of the craziest stories I've got as far as roaches and bed bugs come right out of nursing homes. So, can cats and pets spread bed bugs? No, they can't. Bed bugs don't live on your pets. Bed bugs. Oh, so I was going into this earlier. Thank goodness you answered this question, because I got off on this tangent and I forgot what I was saying. But so bed bugs aren't like fleas or lice, where fleas and lice can live on a person, or chiggers can live on a person. Bed bugs don't have the ability to grab on. They don't have sticky pads on their feet. So fleas and other types of bugs actually have sticky feet. So when they touch, they just like the Spider-Man. If you ever see Spider-Man, he can just just take his hand and just go like that, and he can touch with the tip of his fingers, because he's got these little sticky pads on his fingers, just like bugs. And so bugs have sticky pads on their feet. Bed bugs don't have those. Now, this is one of the arguments that they will use to say, well, bed bugs can't climb up slick surfaces because they don't have sticky pads on their feet. But actually, that's not true. I don't know how they do it, but bed bugs can do it. I've got glass tubes that I keep bed bugs in to show you on stream. I have glass jars. I've seen them climb up shower stalls, living around the tops of showers. And so it's not unheard of that bed bugs can climb a slick surface, but they're not going to hang on. They're not going to be able to stay on you. If you're walking through the house and your body's shaking and you're moving through the house, they're going to fall off. If your cat or your dog as much movement as their body gives them when they walk through the house, there's no way a bed bug can hang on to a cat or a dog. I got a lot of peace of mind from watching your videos. Great. I love these live streams. This is my therapy. My psychologist is just a pill pusher. Secondhand furniture and electronics can be problematic too. That's true. How do you treat silverfish? General pest control, typically. Silverfish and fire brats both are, I believe Alpine is labeled for those. Let's see. Let's look together. All right. This is my Crossfire label, by the way. So let's look for Alpine. A-L-P-I. Alpine WSG label. And let's click the label. Right there. Let's see. Let's view bigger. Alright, so ants, Asian lady beetles, bed bugs, brown marmoted stink bugs, centipede, let's see, crickets, earwigs, houseflies, millipedes, mosquitoes, paper wasp, pillbugs, so spiders, brown recluse. It doesn't say, it doesn't have them as an insect on the list. Let's see, so let's try Demon Max. See, this is what I do. All the time. Every day. There's Demon. Let's look at the label. Let's see. I always have to look these up because I use so many different chemicals in day to day. I always have to look them up when you guys ask me these kinds of questions. Let's see. We're looking up, for those that don't know, we're looking up silverfish. There we go, silverfish. So silverfish, Demon has silverfish on the label, which I always tell people to follow your label, and there it is, silverfish. It says you're going to mix at a 0.1%, which is a half ounce of Demon Max per 1 gallon of water. So, but that's typically the way I mix it anyway. because it's ½ ounce for general pest control. I mean, you see what it controls: ants, Asian cockroaches, box elder bugs, carpenter ants, carpenter bees, centipedes, chiggers, cockroaches, crickets, earwigs, elm leaf beetle, fire brats. See, fire brats are just like silverfish. In fact, I'll show you real quick. Let's look at the difference between silverfish and fire brats. See? Very similar. Very, very similar. Silverfish and fire brats. They're very similar. But a fire brat prefers hot, humid, or hot, arid conditions, and a silverfish likes cool, damp, dark places. So both of these will live in and around your house, but one is usually near a hotter area and the one's near a cooler area. So there's your entomology lesson for the day. So let's see. Oh, and just so you know, I'm answering questions as they come in. I understand that some people may not get their question answered. Just ask it again. So if if it goes more than 10 minutes and I haven't answered your question yet, be sure to ask it again, because the chat does scroll. I do kind of get lost in the chat. It is a lot to have to keep up with. And so if you're interested in getting your question answered, just leave it again. Just leave the same question again. So, but anyway. All right, my son has autism. I'm looking for a part-time nanny sitter so I can work, but I don't want anyone bringing in many bugs. Good evening. First time catching you live. Thanks for the knowledge. Keep doing you. Well, thank you, Alfred. Thank you, Alfred. So there you go. Actually, where's my mask? I got a mask somewhere. I got a Batman mask. Why are there so many freaking insects invading our lives? Because we live good lives and they want to live it too. Have you ever come across someone with delusional... Yes. So Brad says, have you ever come across someone with delusional parasitosis? This is a legit disorder where someone thinks they have bugs on them or around them. Yes. And I think some of the things that... some of the things with this disorder, some things that can make this worse are medicines. Certain types of pills can make it feel like things are crawling on your body, give you the pins and prick feeling. Just the things in your head. You may be thinking in your head that you have bugs, but you don't have bugs. So if I started talking to you, if we were in person and we were talking over lunch, and I started talking to you about this horrible head lice, I'd say, oh man, the girl had them everywhere. They were all over her hair, and you could see them crawling out. It'd make you start to itch, because it's almost instinct where you start scratching, like you're itching, like you got head lice, but you don't have head lice. It's just the story makes you itch. And so this parasitosis is actually a disorder that people can have where they'll start to feel like they have bugs biting them, and you can tell them, you can go and you inspect their house and you can't find anything at all. You can treat, which the treatment will kill anything, because you can't always find bed bugs. You go into a house, you don't always find the bugs that are living in the house. And so you go and you treat it anyway. In fact, I've done houses where people had bed bugs. I went 3-4 hours, could not find a single bug at all. And then when I leave, after I've treated the house, I leave, the lady will call you and say, hey, I've just found 3 dead ones. So it's not that they didn't have them, it's that they were hiding really well. But there is this actual disorder with this parasitosis where people believe they have bugs, and they itch and they scratch and they get sores on their body from scratching themselves. And it's actually not a bug at all. It's actually it's a disorder. So, if you don't have bugs, you might want to look into that. You might have that. So let's see. What about Onslaught will? Let's see. Thank you, Jason. I don't use Onslaught though, Alfred. I don't use Transport Micron either. I use I have several chemicals that I use, but I don't use those two. So I've never used them. I don't try to promote. Nice. That's a good one. Did everybody hear that? Everybody hear Alicia belch? She belched. Big time belch out of my wife. Did y'all hear that belch? That was a huge belch. Just so y'all know, she just burped like a man on my live stream, so everybody can hear it. Y'all hear it? It was a big burp. It's a good job. Good job. Anyway, I plug in my phone. My TikTok's about to go there. Yep. Oh yeah, it came out of nowhere. So that's for sure. All right, so, but anyway, I don't ever recommend any chemical that I have never used. I've actually looked into transport micron. I'm actually really curious about that. I want to try that. But let's see. Thank you, Jason, for all your videos. I listen to you every week. Gives me hope. And I'm sorry, I have a lack of videos this time of year. It's very difficult for me to put out videos around, well, my birthday. People, like, I'm going out of town tomorrow, and so I won't be in town to do anything as far as video editing. Sometimes I will take my stuff with me when I go out of town. I'll edit videos, but it's very difficult for me to do this stuff. You know, like I said, my birthday's on the 19th. Got all the holidays and everything coming up. I just had a baby born 7 weeks ago, and so I'm real busy. But, you know, I've got a video. Actually, I've got 2 videos. I've got one video that I've been working on about Say-Bye Bugs, which is a chemical for bed bugs, which doesn't really work. Surprise! Spoiler! It's crap. But I'm going over these videos and I'm trying to edit the stuff so I can get some content to you guys. I hate to leave you with dead space. You know, a lot of YouTubers don't even do videos during December because YouTube, you don't make income off the videos or anything. But I still get the views. I do it for the views. I want people to see. I want them to learn. I don't care if YouTube pays me money or not. But I just want people to learn about bugs. I'm fascinated with them. And so hopefully I'll be able to get those videos out as soon as possible. And there was another one. What was that other video? Oh, bed bugs coming down the chimney. I have that one. I've already done. I've started editing that one. That's supposed to come up Tuesday. So anyway, any tips when using cheaper sprayers? Could using that affect the outcome of Crossfire? Label says you can paint it on. Would that be good? Yes. If you have an option between like a cheap, crappy, plastic, junky sprayer, I would paint it. I would actually mix it up and paint it on the surfaces. You're going to get a better application if you use a paintbrush than if you use a cheap garden sprayer. I don't recommend a cheap garden sprayer for the use of Crossfire or any pesticide for that matter. If the pesticide is labeled with a paintbrush, use a paintbrush. The thing about a paintbrush is you want to make sure. I mean, I know that the label doesn't require gloves as part of the PPE, but wear gloves if you're going to be that close to it. You know, using it in a like I said, in a painting type fashion. Ever heard of no-see-ums? I actually have a video on no-see-ums. Pepperidge Farm. I think I had a mild case of parasitosis along with actually having bed bugs. The meds my psychologist gave me stopped the crawling feelings I was having. Let's see. Random Crafting Gamer says, I've seen them make nests in the corner of ceiling folds, curtains, even purses, and luggage not in use. That's true. Do you think bed bugs could be eradicated one day? Maybe. If everybody used Crossfire all on the same day. Actually, that probably wouldn't work. But anyway, the thing about bugs is we selectively breed out the weaker species of bugs by applying pesticides. The thing that you need to understand about bugs, so there's several different ways that pesticides kill insects or arachnids or bugs in general. Most pesticides work through dermal exposure, meaning that the insect has to crawl through the chemical sticks to their exoskeleton, it absorbs into their exoskeleton, and it kills them. Even like Diatomaceous Earth and stuff like that, it works through the dermal exposure. It actually shreds the exoskeleton and causes the bug to dehydrate. But with a pesticide, they soak through the exoskeleton, killing the bug that way. And so all of the bugs with a thinner exoskeleton die, and the ones with a thicker exoskeleton survive. And so we selectively breed bugs, to where we have these bugs that are immune to pesticides. And so then we have to come up with a new chemical and a new way to kill bugs. And so honestly, the bugs are constantly evolving, changing with every pesticide that we throw at them. And so I believe we'll probably always have bed bugs. The bed bugs came from bats. This is what scientists say. This is what I go over in my new video, is that scientists actually say that bed bugs are a species of bat bug, that they're actually bat bugs that breed on bats in caves through coal mining, diamond mines, stuff like that, where people go underground and they're with the bats. They're in and around them. that the bat bugs actually, there is a breed of bat bug that's attracted to humans, which are bed bugs. And they come with humans, and they're attracted to humans. They like humans more than bats. It's like they have a finer taste for things, I guess, is what you should say. But people end up getting, and this is what I go over in my video. I'm talking about, bats get in the chimney a lot of times during the summertime and during the spring and the fall. And when they migrate. They don't hibernate. They migrate. When the bats leave your home for the winter, the bat bugs stay behind. And bat bugs are a breed of bed bug, so they're very. In fact, you can't even tell the difference between a bat bug or a bed bug without a microscope. Typically, 30 times lens is all you need. I've got one in my bag I keep this time of year because it's really common to get to a house where someone thinks they have bed bugs and it's actually bat bugs. And so this is something that, even if we eliminated all the human bat bugs out of existence, that doesn't mean we're not going to have another breed crop up from bats, because people still go underground. They still dig things out of the earth, ores and minerals and things that people dig out of the earth. They're going to come into contact with bats again, and we're going to have this whole thing all over again. So I just don't think that those type of bugs will ever truly disappear. I use Zenprox all the time. Now, Brad, if you use it with Zenprox is amazing. But Zenprox is actually half of Zenprox is in Crossfire. Congratulations on the new baby. Congratulations, Dad. How's your day been? It's been good. I would recommend you giving Transport a try. Let's see. Family first. We will be here ready when you come back. Enjoy your family, your holiday season. Bat bugs will be in the chimney. Which is true. Moved into an apartment. Bat bugs will be in your attic, too. I'll tell you what, I had a customer one time that had bed bugs, and, well, they thought they had bed bugs. They called me because they had bed bugs. And I got there were bed bugs dead all over the floor. There were bed bugs dead in the windowsill on the outside of the house. And that's weird, because bed bugs don't live outside. They live inside. So when I went outside and I looked up, the bats were going in through the louver vents right above that bedroom. And so the bat bugs were actually coming down, getting into the bedroom. And so I treated for bat bugs. It saved them a lot of money, because bed bugs are, even though Crossfire is actually labeled for bed bugs and other breeds of bed bugs, which would include bat bugs. It would include bat bugs. It would include chimney swift bugs and other types of breeds of bed bug. And so you can use Crossfire for it, but I use something cheaper so I could get, because bat bugs die easy. It doesn't take much to kill them at all. So moved into an apartment that has German roaches. Treated the place, used 3 gels, looking to get the hell out now. Any recommendations when moving to prevent them coming with you? There's not a lot you can do to prevent bugs from moving with you when you go, unless you're just going to leave everything behind. And even then, people have brought bugs with them, even just on themselves or in their clothing, in their boots, shoes, something like that. So what I usually recommend to avoid taking bugs with you is treat your new location. So like if you're moving into an apartment, go into the apartment a day or two before you move in. Treat the entire apartment, cracks and crevices underneath the sinks and in the cabinets. Before you even move anything in, treat everything. So then if you do accidentally move a roach or two or even bed bugs in with you, they don't really have anywhere they can gain a foothold because the apartment's been treated. And this is really effective. I've helped people move before where I've gone in and I've actually treated their new property, and they did bring roaches with them, but the roaches didn't even live a month. They all died off, and they didn't have a problem. So that's what I recommend. I have a video on moving. Let's see if I can get this to work. If you go to, well, that's not the one. If you go here and you go to my videos, which is youtube.com/greenacrespc, that's my YouTube, and click subscribe. And you guys are in here. There's like 25 viewers. You should like my video. But let me close this Twitch. I need to close this window for Twitch too, because that was really distracting me. Alright, so if you go to here, and then you go to videos, and then you search, let's see, we're going to search moving. Oh, there we go, moving in bedbugs. This all applies with bedbugs too. So let's do this. Let's click that, and dismiss. Let's share. We're going to copy that link, and I'm going to post it in the chat right here. There you go. And that works. That's basically the same philosophy on that one. I think that's the only one. Yeah, that's the only one I've got. So I don't have one on specifically on cockroaches, but I do touch on roaches in that video. So that's a good one to watch for moving. Let's see. How do I fit this back? There we go. Let's see. Bedbugs were almost eradicated a long time ago in New York. They had insanely low numbers and bounced back like crazy. So one of the problems, and here Brad says, I believe DDT had bedbugs gone for so long. So that's true. DDT did eliminate a lot of bedbug problems. But actually when DDT was going out, the bedbugs had already started to develop an immunity to DDT. They had become resistant to it. It wasn't killing them anymore. I've done lots of research on DDT. In fact, DDT is something I researched when I was 17 because I got a bedbug job, and it was the first bedbug job I had ever done, and I didn't know how to kill them. I went to my dad and I said, hey Dad, so-and-so has bedbugs. How do we get rid of these things? And he's like, I don't know. I've never killed them before. He's like, you need to go research that and read it and figure it out. You can be my bedbug guy. So I was like, okay. So I went to the library. That was the place where the only place that had internet. This is for, I'm going to be, I don't know if I've said, I said I was going to be 40, right? I think I said I was going to be 40 in 3 days. The 19th of December. That's my birthday. All right, I'm going to be 40 years old. 23 years ago, I was at the library researching bedbugs. I pulled every newspaper article that I could. I pulled every magazine, I pulled the encyclopedias, everything that I could compile about bedbugs 23 years ago that I could pull off the shelves. I read the Prodigy forums online. This is before MySpace. This is before Facebook. This is where you had to go in and read billboards and read what other people were doing to try to kill bedbugs. And they talked about DDT, and they went over it, and they talked about how DDT was actually, the bedbugs were starting to develop an immunity to DDT. And this is one of the reasons they got rid of DDT. But, let me see. James Martin says, are bedbugs common in laundromats? Yes, they are. But, sorry, I grabbed that. I saw that. People talking to James. I was like, yep, that's true. They are bad in laundromats because people take their bed sheets and stuff to wash there. Moved into an apartment that has German roaches. Okay, so one of the chemicals that replaced DDT were synthetic pyrethroids. Synthetic pyrethroids came in when DDT went out. They're very similar to DDT. And that's what they replaced, the DDT with. And that's what we had to kill bedbugs. But for those of us in pest control know that bedbugs develop an immunity, cockroaches develop immunity to synthetic pyrethroids super, super fast. So they're not, you have to constantly come out with a new one and another one and another one and another one in order to continuously fight these bugs. So they're not a logical step. It's not the right step, and it's not in the right direction, to kill bedbugs. And so then they started coming out with other, organophosphates have been around, like, Dursban. If you used to use Dursban, diazinon, these chemicals worked on bedbugs for a while, but then they outlawed those too, so then they disappeared. And so now we've got neonicotinoids. The neonicotinoids tend to be working pretty good, but there are some neonicotinoids that the bedbugs have started to develop an immunity to those too. So then you've got things like apprehend, which is like a mold spore that actually eats away at their exoskeleton, kills them that way. There's lots of different options, and you'll notice I didn't say heat because heat's never an option. But anyway, this is just, I try to go over everything. I try to touch on everything. So we had bats get into our wall in the second floor walls. Bats will bring bed bugs. You won't realize it, but they do. And they actually will die extremely easily from the pesticides. Bat bugs will, where bed bugs are actually immune to most store-bought pesticides. My son's going in and out of the house. That is really whatever the word is I'm looking for. I'm tired. All right, so anyway, thank you. I am planning on moving soon and have family moving as well. One can never be too careful. Let's see. Rip saying, yes, sir. Thank you. I have only seen a few babies. I gelled the baseboards inside the outlets. I used Demon, a WSG spray, and watched your video on the correct way to dust. Thanks again. And dusting is, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Which grease do you use for your BNG? honestly, what is it? Petroleum jelly is one of the best things for it. I never have any, so I just squirt a little bit of WD-40 and let it go. And when the seal cracks, I put a new one on. They always come with grease. B&G actually has grease that they sell for their B&Gs. I would recommend using those products. I don't recommend using off-brand, but I typically just use a little shot of WD-40, and that's what I use to keep it lubricated, and it works. That's what I use. Happy birthday, Jason. Have a fantastic day on the 19th. Do roaches ever lose immunity? I am assuming. So Zimprox actually helps fight immunity in bugs. So pibronal butoxide, which is the pesticide that's in Zimprox, it's also in Crossfire, is a catalyst that helps with that immunity issue. So I've been able to use, let's say, Demon. All right, Demon, which is cypermethrin. Most cockroaches have developed a complete immunity to cypermethrin. It won't kill them anymore. But if you take cypermethrin and you mix it with Zimprox and you do a roach clean out with that, you will kill millions of roaches. If it's that bad of an infestation, you'll actually kill roaches really, really, really well. It actually allows, it's supposed to, from what I understand, from what the sales rep explained when I went to talk to him, he said it opens it up so that the chemical can go in, where normally the chemical can't penetrate because the bug has become immune to it. And so what the Zimprox does is it allows for the body to open up to accept the chemical, and the chemical kills the bug. So, from what I understand. Let's see. Is there possibly a better price for a professional sprayer? So, the cheapest price for like a B&G, let's do some shopping. B&G sprayer. So there's some B&G sprayers for you. Oh, look at that. That's not very good. Let me see if I can move that over a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. All right, so we got $323 do-it-yourself pest control, $344 do-it-yourself pest control. That's with the Extend-A-Wand. That's what I use. Then they got the, what is this, a 2-gallon? No, that's a 1-gallon stainless sprayer. That's $304, $377, $365, $240. There's one. Oh, that's a foamer. They always get you with those foamers. So really, there's not really. Now you can get an Aerofog. Aerofog is not that bad. These are actually pretty good sprayers. This is just like a B&G. Now the difference between this and a B&G is that, and I've used these Aerofogs. The Aerofogs are good. They're not bad. They're actually really good. They're equal footing with a B&G. But the handle, this part right here, is usually on the underside on the B&G when it's on the other side on the Aerofog. So that's a good one. But that's like $100 cheaper than the B&G. I'd get that. That's good. That's actually really, really, really good. So I'd buy that. Let's see. Do roaches ever lose immunity? Okay, now I feel like spraying Crossfire at the laundromat. Demon Max makes my nose go crazy. Oh, it makes me sneeze too. Awful. It's a synthetic pyrethroid. Synthetic pyrethroids will have that effect on you. When you deal with synthetic pyrethroids, because they're natural, well, they're man-made duplicates of pyrethrins, which occur naturally in the environment, which people can have allergic reaction to. And so, yes, it can make you sniff and smell and snotty. It won't hurt you, but yeah, I mean, it will hurt you if you bathe. You don't bathe in it, don't drink it, don't get it on your skin, wash your skin. But because it is a cholinesterase inhibitor. T. Carter says, does Diatomaceous Earth kill bed bugs? Is it okay to spread it under the bed? No and no. The problem with Diatomaceous Earth. All right, so we're gonna do what I call drawing with Jason. So let's open up some MS Paint. And get up there. Okay. So see, I look up now because I got a mount up there now. So let's do scene. So this is the way so the problem with DE. All right. Let's get us a thicker pencil. All right. We're going to draw us a straight line. All right. So this is your plane. All right. So a bug can crawl across this plane. All right. Now, not an airplane, but like a flat plane. All right. So there's your plane. There's your plane. So a bug, where's my colors? See, can I change the color of that? All right, so here's my bug. All right, my bug is here, do-do-do, and do-do-do, and they're gonna come, and you're here, and the bed bugs want to bite you. All right, that's you. Those are the bugs. Isn't this wonderful? This is so realistic. I bet you probably thought these were real bugs. It's such a good art picture. All right, so anyway, these bugs. So you spread DE. All right, DE is here. All right, and that's what it looks like. We're going to pretend that's what it looks like. All right, so all these jagged little edges. All right, and the idea is that when these bugs right here crawl over those little jagged edges, it cuts them up and kills them. All right, now I just went over this a little bit ago. I talked about how bugs will, their exoskeletons fix their bodies a little bit, and that made them look more real. I don't want to scare you guys. These aren't real bugs. I know it's scary, but they're not real. But anyway, they're not. All right, so the thing is would you crawl across broken glass? Of course not. Of course you wouldn't. You're not going to do that, and neither will they. And so what they'll do is they'll go up the wall, and they'll crawl across. They'll start living at the crown molding. Like, say your crown molding's up here. And say you got a curtain rod right here. That's a curtain rod. Look at that. That is a real curtain. Man, I have lost my calling. Look at that art. That's amazing. Okay, so if I do say so myself, perfect. See, it looks like a real curtain. All right. So now they've gone across here. They've gotten onto your curtain rod. They've gone down to your drapes. And now you're asleep in the bed right here. This is a bed. This is a bed. There's a pillow right there. Man, that's an ugly ass pillow. Sorry. But anyway, there. You're sleeping in bed. Okay? Now the bed bugs have gone. They've gone up the wall, across the crown molding, down the curtains, got on the bed. So they're now they still have bed bugs. All right? But let's say you put it really heavy, really thick. So what it does now is these little jagged edges that are created like this. Here, let me see if I can move this. Oh, can I move it? Can I move it? There. See these jagged edges like this? When you lay really thick diatomaceous earth, where you can actually see it, it will actually, the pieces that fall in will actually fall into these jagged edges. And they will actually cover up, and it'll make a nice smooth surface that now these bugs that are here can actually crawl across it and not get hurt. And so if it's solid, even if it's just powder and it's a solid surface, they can crawl across it and they can't get hurt. It won't cut their exoskeleton. It's not abrasive. It's too thick. So when you lay dust, you should not be able to see it. If you can see it, it's too thick. And that's why I don't advise people to use diatomaceous earth or any dust, boric acid, diatomaceous earth, pesticide dust like 7 Dust or anything like that. I don't recommend using any dusts unless you really know how to use a duster, because if you're putting it too thick, the dust is not going to work. And let me show my TikTok. I'm gonna turn my camera around and see my see that's what I just drew, just so people can on TikTok. I want people on TikTok to be able to see that, so they can see it too. And yeah, so you can go back and watch it later in TikTok. My mom used 100% boric acid for roaches. She dusted, made water, sugar clumps as well. This is a good choice of treatment. Yeah, it will kill them if they eat it. The only way now boric acid dust is like, this goes along the exact same premise as the diatomaceous earth, is that now boric acid works differently. So you lay it real thin. Like I said, if it's like the dust on your television screen to where you won't see it unless you wipe your finger through it, that's about the right thickness you want of a dust. You don't want to see it. The reason it's called a dust is because it's dusty. You don't want to see it. It's dusty. The only way you go, and then it blows it away. All right? That's how thin you want it. You don't want to see it at all. And so you don't want the bugs to see it. The point is that if you were a bug, are you going to want it being... We're in the wintertime. We're coming into wintertime. All right? Are you going to walk through half inch of snow or 6 feet of snow? All right, you're more likely to walk through the half inch of snow than 6 feet of snow. So that's the way you want to get the bug to walk through the dust. You don't want them to know it's there. With boric acid, they actually have to ingest it. So it's not going to kill them through their exoskeleton or dry them out or anything like that. They actually have to eat the dust. So when a cockroach crawls through boric acid, they pick it up on the pads of their feet. And so cockroaches are a lot like cats. So when they're grooming themselves, they're actually licking their feet and they're cleaning it off of their feet. So you don't have to, I mean, you can make baits out of boric acid. I actually have a video on my YouTube channel where I go through a homemade recipe on how to make your own roach bait. And boric acid is the active ingredient. And it will kill roaches. But you can also lay it super thin in the cracks and the crevices around where the roaches are living, and they will crawl through it naturally, absorb it, they'll get it on their body, and when they're cleaning each other and themselves, they will actually eat the dust, and then they will die from it. Roaches will never develop an immunity to boric acid. It kills them through their digestive tract, and it's very effective. It's very effective. I actually recommend boric acid dust to help in the toolbox that you're using to get rid of cockroach infestation. It's very, very effective. But you need to use it right. You don't just clump it up. I mean, I go in houses, I go in apartments where people have that stuff piled like that thick. I mean, it looks like, and it's like that thick for TikTok. For people on TikTok can't see. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's piled up like somebody just went and just laid snow everywhere. I mean, it's really thick. And the roaches are not going to go through that. They're not going to crawl through that crap. It's not going to work anyway because it's all matted and clumped up and gross and sticking to itself. It's not going to stick to roaches. And so you really need to lay it super, super thin. So let's get, I'm on my tangent now, and let's start talking about something else. Let's see. Do roaches ever lose immunity? Okay. I think I read that one already. Thanks, Jason. Have a great birthday. Merry Christmas. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Bruce Wayne, I love your accent. I just did an Alfred impersonation earlier, and now I've got Bruce Wayne. Cameron, Akers Art, Winter Series Collection. Oh, did you see my picture I drew? Alicia, see my picture? Look, this is a person right here laying on a bed, and that's a curtain, and that's DE, and those are the bugs. I know they look real realistic, but there's the bugs. Is that good? That's a good picture, ain't it? Yeah. So, anyway. Let's see here. I've been in pest control for 7 years. You're giving some really solid advice. Great job. I've been in pest control for 34 years. I started when I was 6 years old. I've been through lots of different pesticides. It's crazy, the world of pest control. But it's great. There's nothing better. I love pest control. Lisa said, do scientists continue to work on bedbug insecticides? Yes, always. We live in the woods, go outside. I give the lightest dusting on their backs, just hoping they will get a deadly snack when they clean themselves. I mean, DE is not a bad thing to use like in the soil around the house. It's not going to hurt anything. But I don't like people. Here's a problem with dust. It's a serious problem with dust. Is that dust, you can breathe it into your lungs. All right. Let's get real. So people use diatomaceous earth. They love the stuff. There are videos. I'm not going to go and search because I don't want to give any of these people any kind of cred because they don't have any credibility with me. Diatomaceous earth should not be used for pest control inside your home. And it's by anybody. Unless you're a professional and you know exactly what you're doing, it should never be used by anyone. It doesn't matter if it's food grade. It doesn't. It really doesn't matter. People will say, well, I bought food grade, so that's better. Why are you lying to these people? No, because crystalline diatomaceous earth is in every single form of diatomaceous earth, even food grade. It's in smaller quantities, but it is still there. All right, so my question to you is if you have a table full of little jars of poison, and every single jar has poison in it, just some have less than others. A little bit here, a little bit there. Maybe there's a lot in this jar, but then there's a little teeny bit over here. Which one do you want to drink? Because most people would say, I'm not drinking any of them. They're all poisonous. I'm not drinking that crap. It's poison. All right, so diatomaceous earth, whether it's food grade or whether it's pool grade, they're both poisonous to humans. Okay, they're poisonous. You don't want to breathe it into your lungs. Now, some people take DE as like a oral. We're not talking about oral. We're talking about breathing it into your lungs. When you put a dust into the air or on the ground, right, just on the ground. Let's say you put in a hole in the ground. You stick your duster in a hole in the ground like killing yellow jackets, okay? And you're dusting the hell out of a yellow jacket nest. That dust, you don't realize it because you're in there dusting them. But if you watch it back, I've got a video on my YouTube where I actually kill a nest of yellow jackets and I show exactly how to dust a nest of yellow jackets in the ground. And if you freeze frame that video at just the right spot, you will see the dust actually come back up towards me. Okay? This happens in your home, this happens in cracks, this happens outside, this happens everywhere you use dust. So when you use a dust, you need to be very careful that you do not breathe it into your lungs. Diatomaceous earth causes lung damage. It can cause emphysema, it can cause asthma, it can cause lots of respiratory problems that you do not want to have. If you go and read my Diatomaceous Earth video comments, you will see people have posted there and said, I use DE, I wish I had watched your video. I have problems breathing now because I use Diatomaceous Earth in and around my home. Food grade. All right. It doesn't matter. You can never separate the crystalline part of diatomaceous earth out of DE. It's always there. Even in little quantities, it's always there, and it's harmful. So be careful. Have you ever had any more issues with your bedbug problem at your house? No, I killed my bedbugs. I haven't had any. You haven't had any, have you?
No, we haven't had any more bedbugs since.
Yeah, that was before Finley was born. Yeah, I sprayed one time. That was before Finley was born. Finley's 7 weeks old now. So, yeah. I did. I got rid of them. Let's see. What is your option? Rent to kill? Oh, I don't know. I don't keep up with who owns who. I just know I do what I do. And just because you don't see the dust in the air doesn't mean it's not there. That's true. Actually, you can see the dust in the air. If you wait till the sun shines through the windows just right on a nice sunny day, you can see the dust particles. If you look off in the distance, you can actually see them floating in the air, and you don't really know what that dust is. If you've put diatomaceous earth in your house, you can also be guaranteed that some of it's DE. Every time your air conditioner cuts on, it circulates the dust through the house. It'll catch it in the dust thing. You know, dust is in the air all the time in your home. So, is there a trick to keeping roaches or bed bugs out of the backs and bottoms of the refrigerator? I threw some DE back there, and it's not really in breathing space. Okay, so if you've got DE, all right. So so what I do around the compressor motors of refrigerators, I always pull the refrigerator out, and I will use baits around the back of the fridge where that grate is. If you can open it, some you can, some you can't. But you could put bait inside the fridge around the back side where the metal actually bolts to the side of the fridge. You could put some in that little crack there, and that's really effective for roaches that live under a fridge. That's usually what I recommend. Basically, you're turning your refrigerator into a bait station for cockroaches. So don't put it real thick. Don't use a whole lot of it. Use a little bit. Someone wants to see pictures of the baby. You mind if I show them pictures of the baby, AJ?
No, you should show some of the ones I took in photo. Do you have any of the ones I took of his 1 month?
Did you put them online?
I'll put them on Facebook.
I can find them. I'll find them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Search. I don't know why I have to search for you. I have to search for you. Oh, yeah. See, that's a good one. Let's see. Save image. And save it there. And click there. And bring it up here. And there. There he is. There's my baby. My wife took that picture. So, that's Finley. Finley Joe is his name. So that's Finley. My wife actually took that picture. It was very, very funny watching her take that picture because she took it on top of a ladder because she's only 4'9", so she's real short, so she took a picture of him. So there's the baby. For Lisa, who was asking for a picture of the baby. Cameron says, thoughts on Gentrol? It's crap. Do you use Nibor D behind the fridge? Not really. I used to, long time ago. I don't use it anymore. Heading out. Thank you for all your advice. Please keep subscribing. Oh, please like and subscribe to this gentleman. I agree with that. That's good. Like and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Most won't give time like this to help the public. This is the least we could do for your support. Great advice, Jason. Thanks ever so much. Merry Christmas. So, I guess people are starting to file out of here. I've only been on here an hour. Usually I stream for at least an hour and a half, but I was actually considering logging out myself. I'm tired. Do you ever refer to your baby as your little nymph? No, I don't. Never have. Never have. Don't think I'm going to start. So, are those the pictures you wanted me to show, right? That's the 1 month, right?
You showed the one of Charlie when he was being the stand-in for Finley. That was hilarious.
Where?
Did I post that one?
Is that Charlie? That's not Charlie.
There's one of Charlie. I may not.
Uh-oh, I just lost it. Oh well, that's okay.
To you, I know.
No worries. Nah,
okay.
I'm not gonna worry about it. So there's Finley. Let's see. What a beautiful baby. Thanks for the share. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for wanting to see him, I guess. Man, Random Crafting Gamer donated $10. God bless you and everyone you make contact with, family, friends, clients, and all. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. That's a good birthday present. $10 birthday present. Appreciate that. Let's see. What a beautiful baby. Jason, do you spray all of the carpet with Crossfire? No, there's no reason to do that. You only need to spray the baseboards and the entry points onto the bed, like the bed legs and stuff, bed frame, headboard, footboard, bed rails. You can tell I say this all the time. I say the same thing. I say, so whenever people call me, I always say the exact same thing. I say, spray mattress, box spring, headboard, footboard, bed rails. Always. Treat the baseboards. Bed bugs don't like the vibration of a room. So they don't like to feel the vibration when you walk through a room. And so when let's say you're walking through a room and you have a bed bug on a piece of luggage, and you sit down your luggage in the floor and the bed bug falls off in the floor. First thing they do is go and try to run up a surface and get up off the floor. They don't like to feel the vibration. Come on, feel it. You know, they don't like to do that. So they get up off the floor. They crawl up into a crack, into a crevice, and they wait for nighttime when you're asleep, and that's when they come out to bite you. When you're not active in the room, they don't like to feel activity. All right, so they're going to try to get up off the floor and get away from the regular trafficked areas. Fleas are different. Fleas will live in a regular trafficked area. They want to be in an area where you frequent. They're actually attracted to vibrations. So when you walk through a room and you create vibration, a flea will actually hatch out of its cocoon because they go through metamorphosis. So they're actually in the cocoon phase. When you walk through a room, you will create vibration, and they will actually jump out of their cocoon and crawl on you and bite you right away. And so they're actually attracted to vibration, where bed bugs are repelled by it. And then Pepperidge Farm donated another $10. Since I made that kind of mean comment, I thought it was supposed to be funny. Happy birthday. What? Do you ever refer? It wasn't mean. I thought it was funny. It takes a lot to make me laugh. I thought it was funny. It was humorous about the little nymph. You don't have to. Maybe I come across as being offended. I wasn't offended. Lisa says, is it safe to preventively treat for bed bugs? Okay, is it safe to preventatively treat for bed bugs with COVID? Bed bugs don't carry COVID. Is it safe to preventatively treat for bed bugs with COVID? If you have COVID, is it safe to treat for bed bugs if you have COVID? So if you have the coronavirus, but you have bed bugs you want to treat to kill your bed bugs, absolutely safe. Won't hurt you. So a lot of people believe that chemicals, like all chemicals, create a toxic vapor, which is when they evaporate, the evaporation creates a toxic vapor that you breathe in that hurts you. That's not true. Not all bugs, not all chemicals create a toxic vapor when they evaporate. In fact, most pesticides in today's world don't create a toxic vapor at all. They actually dry. When they dry, they're not going to hurt you. They're not, you smell, you're not going to smell, now if you spray it in your nose and breathe it directly into your, lungs, that's bad. Don't do that. But if you're just spraying a baseboard and the natural effect of it evaporating and drying doesn't hurt you. Most pesticides create no toxic vapor whatsoever. So when you want to preventatively treat your home with Crossfire, it's not going to hurt you. You won't be able to breathe it in if you normally treat like you're supposed to. Treat away from your face, treat the baseboards, treat everything you're supposed to treat. You do need to be out of the house while it's drying, so you may want to hang out like on your porch or something like that. But it's not a bad thing. People say you need to get sunlight when you're sick. So it's good to get out and absorb your sun while the chemicals are drying in the house. And then you can go in there and use your sofa, use your bed like you normally would. But I treated homes. I've treated homes where people had COVID. Just because you're sick doesn't mean you need bugs crawling all over your body, making it even more miserable. So... funny. I'm not going to repeat some of these comments about the coronavirus in my chat, but they're funny either way. Lisa says, I meant, is it safe to treat to prevent bedbugs with Crossfire? It is. It is safe to treat to prevent bedbugs with Crossfire. It is also safe to treat if you're sick. And so, sorry, that must have been one of those, what do you call them? The autocorrect feature of a phone where they automatically think you want to say COVID, but really you want to say Crossfire. So I'm not supposed to say COVID. I'm not supposed to say coronavirus on a YouTube video because YouTube hates it if I say coronavirus. But I've said it a whole bunch. I said COVID a whole bunch, and so I just have to take this video down maybe. I don't know. It depends on if YouTube's going to be a jerk. But there at the beginning, whenever the thing first came out and everybody was worried about the disease, that's what people called it. They called it the disease. They didn't even call it COVID or coronavirus or anything like that because, well, you'd get flagged and they'd take your video down. So it was crazy. But yes, if you treat your home, it is safe to do a preventative bedbug treatment for Crossfire. Actually, a lady called earlier and I answered that question live and I said, yeah, it's safe. How many treatments of Crossfire do you recommend? Between one to three. If you're going to do it yourself, you may need more than one treatment. Once a month is as often as you need to treat. You don't need to treat any more often than that, but once every 30 days is usually what I recommend. I usually will tell people if you're going to, like, let's say Monday. Monday's the third Monday. So if you treat Monday on the third Monday, then next month on the third Monday in January, you want to treat again. And so that's just the best way to do it if you're going to do it yourself. Because a professional, I go in, I do bedbug treatments all the time. I kill bedbugs with a one-time treatment. I know a lot of people on YouTube that have followed my advice that have gotten rid of bedbugs with just a one-time treatment. It works. But you're not a professional. You don't have the years of experience that I have. The possibility of you making a mistake are high. So I usually recommend that people do it at least 2 times, if not 3 times over a 90-day period once a month. And that's very effective. And you're still going to save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over hiring a professional. So you're doing it on your own, and you will get rid of your bed bugs. Can Crossfire damage your lungs if you can't leave the area? No. Now, Crossfire can damage your lungs if you breathe it directly in while it's still wet. That is one of the warnings on the label, not to breathe it into your lungs. I believe it's on the MSDS, though. I don't think it's actually on the label. But while it's drying, it won't hurt you. You're not supposed to stay around. The thing is, if you spray the couch, and the couch has to dry, and if you're anything like me, and you go through, and you're walking through your house, and you sit down on your couch, because, oh, I forgot, shoot, now my pants are covered in Crossfire, and it's no longer on the couch. You could take your pants, throw them in the washing machine, but, you're going to have to retreat that. It's going to create a void area on the couch where there is no longer pesticide. So that's the issue with, leaving the house. Someone says they like my shirt because it says Krusty Krab, because I like SpongeBob. So I'm Krusty Krab. Anyway, The thing with TikTok though is it flips everything all around, so you're like mirrored image on TikTok. Let's see. Can Crossfire damage your lungs? Okay, we think we are free of bed bugs, but I don't ever want them again. How often would you treat to prevent them? Once a month. Brad, ivermectin is the common ingredient in popular pet treatments. Buy it at Walmart. Oh man, see now I just said all that and I'm gonna get in trouble. Let's see. T. Carter said, if bed bugs are in a couch, do they burrow deep into the cushion padding or stay in the crevice? I tell you, the most common places I find bed bugs on a couch are behind the arm part. So let's do another drawing with Jason because it's easier to explain it this way. So let's see. Let's do here. It's my beautiful picture. Let's file new. Don't save. Oh, I didn't save it. No, I can't sell it. All right, so you've got a couch. There we go. There's that part, and then we got a cushion here, and a cushion here, and a cushion here. So that's a perfect. Look at that. That's a perfect couch. You would think it was real. All right, and there's the back, and there's a back cushion. This is a really old, comfy couch. You can tell because the cushions are all lopsided. All right. All right. There we go. Oh, and we got legs here. Okay. So let's go over some good places to find bed bugs. Right here. In this little crap. Well, that's a horrible arrow. Let me see if I can. Let me go back. Can I back? Does this not have an undo? There it is. Undo. All right. Right there. All right. So where your arm, your elbow will usually hit here, or maybe your fingers will hit here. Right between in this part of the couch, where this cushion touches this part of the couch, and it makes it like, I always tell people, so I've got little kids, all right? When you go and you're potty training little kids, sometimes you got to spread the cheeks apart and get in there with the wipe, to clean them off real good. That's what you got to do. It's just the way it is. Being a parent, this is the way it is. So I tell people, when you're spraying a couch for bed bugs, you want to take the cushions and you want to spread them apart right there like butt cheeks. All right? And you want to spray in there. And a lot of times when you spread it apart, you will find bed bugs living in those cracks right there. That's a really common place. I have found bed bugs living around these weird things. You know how they'll put these wooden accents on the front? I found them living around these. If you flip the couch upside down, which you should always do when treating your couch, unscrew these legs. It's really, it's a common thing that these are hollow, and if you unscrew them, you can find little hollow voids in there that the bed bugs will live in. And so couches are horrible. If they have that little mat on the bottom, like typically, if you're looking at the bottom of a couch, they will have little staples, like here, 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 here. And this is like the mat, that's stapled onto the bottom of the couch. Much like on a box spring, they have that little mat down there. All right? And then the legs will be like right here. Like there, 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 and there. All right? So what you want to do is you'll want to probably pull a couple of these staples loose. Like these staples right here. I would pull that one, and that one, and open it up and treat inside this whole box, this whole hollow void, because there's a hollow void in here that you don't realize, and the bed bugs will live in there. I have found bed bugs living inside this part of the couch before. And so, just like in a box spring, they will live in this hollow void. It is very difficult to kill bed bugs in a couch if you are not thorough. You need to be very, very thorough. But all these cushions, take the cushions off. And when you look at the cushion, they will have typically a zipper. Right there. I'm going to pretend that's a zipper. It looks just like, look at that, that's a zipper. I put some teeth in there. There, obviously a zipper. Okay, So when it's not on the front, it's usually on the back. So if like you pull the butt part of the cushion off and you turn it up on its side and you see this zipper, if you unzip that zipper, a lot of times you'll find bed bugs living in the zippers of the cushions. So you can treat that zipper. You treat that zipper really good. All the seams, if there's a seam on the front, like one of those weird little bubble seams, you want to treat all along that seam. You do the same thing on your mattresses and your bed box springs and everything too. You want to treat those areas because those are areas that bed bugs will live in. Any crack they will live in. The philosophy that my dad taught me when I was young, when he was teaching me about how to kill bugs, is he used to say, especially with acrobat ants, cockroaches, and bed bugs, if there's a crack, treat it. Because next month when you go back, if you didn't treat that crack, you'll know because the bugs will be in that crack. You have to be very, very thorough. Acrobat ants are horrible. They're horrible about getting into cabinets, about getting into cupboards and things. They get into every little crack and crevice. They're super teeny tiny, and you have to treat every single crack to get rid of them. Roaches are the same way. Roaches love to live in the cracks and crevices in your cabinets, in your kitchen cabinets, around your water heaters, all kinds of places. Roaches love to live. You have to treat every crack. You have to be very thorough. If you can't spray, and not every crack you can spray. There are places that are illegal to spray. You can't just spray there. You can probably put a bait there. And so you should put some kind of a treatment, whether it's a dust, a bait, or a spray, something in there to get rid of those bugs. Same way with bed bugs. If you've got a couch and they're covered in cracks and crevices, if you've got a wooden bunk bed that your kids are kids will sleep on these wooden beds. They harbor places for bed bugs. Every single place that the bed screws together and bolts together creates a crack, creates a crevice. I have found bed bugs living in the head of a Phillips head screw. Okay, that's really minute. Be very thorough. The more thorough you are, the less likely you're going to have to ever treat again to get rid of your problem. Now, you might have to treat in the future. If you ever get reinfested, you may have to treat again. But as far as treating on that initial treatment, as long as you're very thorough, you're not going to have to do a retreat. Very, very rarely. Last year, I did 3 retreatments over the whole year. 3. So it's not very likely if you're very thorough. Like what I show you. I try to show you this stuff. I know it's crappy drawing. I think you can get the gist of it. If I had my tablet, which I do have a tablet. I have a writing tablet around here somewhere because I actually do like to draw. Rory, where's my sketchbook? You had it the other day, and you took it, and it was in here, but then you took it upstairs, and you like, where do you want me to put this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want it there.
I'm not entirely sure.
I was going to show some stuff. Like, see, this is from a while ago when I used to draw a lot of comic books. See, I do stuff like this, comics and stuff. That's just some comics that I was working on. But I got like dragons. See, I can draw, kind of, sort of. I can draw a little bit. I'm not always horrible like what's on paint. That's with a mouse. Can you list some illegal places to spray? Dishes. In and around cupboards that have dishes in them. You should always remove food. Don't ever spray around food. If you have to treat in your cabinets for cockroaches, you need to remove everything out of the cabinets. Don't spray the cabinets while they've got belongings in there, whether it's food or dishes or anything really. You should take everything out. Put it on the dining room table and cover it up with a cloth. So if you have to treat crown molding or anything like that, you don't have any drift getting down on your food. Those are some places that are illegal to spray. You can't just spray in somebody's cabinets if they got a bunch of junk in there. So that's a couple of places. Let's see. If more people watched you, the world would be a better place. This info should go viral. My stuff hardly ever goes viral. I'll tell you what, though. I made a video on TikTok. And it's, I wonder if I can show it. I think I can show it. I don't think it's got anything in it that's bad. Oreos. Those are not homemade cookies. You did not make those homemade. Thank you, Rory. Alright, so if I go, let me see here if I can get this on TikTok. TikTok.com. And then we're going to log in. Let's see, can I use my QR code? Let's see. How do I do this? TikTok. I want to show you this video. I want to show you what went viral because it's funny. How do I do this? Open TikTok app, type discover, and do this, and then do that. All right. Confirm. There we go. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and share the screen. There's my TikTok. Let's see, for you. Inbox. Is it here? No. View profile. There we go. All right, so my TikTok video that went viral. So many videos. So many videos. There it is. All right, so I'm going to share this with you guys.
I've been in pest control for over 30 years. I'm ashamed of something I did, and after 30 years, I'm telling everyone my secret. TikTok keeps taking down the video, but if you click the sound, you can hear it for yourself. I've been in pest control for...
All right. So that's the video. It's got almost 700,000 views. I put that video up just a couple months ago. It got over almost 700,000 views. If you click the sound, it's a Rickroll. If anybody is familiar with what a Rickroll is, it's a Rickroll. It's just a practical joke. And that's the video that gets viral views, is Rickrolls. But I did do a part 2 to that video that's only got maybe a few thousand views. And all right, so there is a secret that I've been holding for over 30 years. Since I've been doing pest control for over 30 years, all right? When I was really young, I learned how to work a Rubik's Cube. And when I would go into a customer's home, if I found a half-worked Rubik's Cube, I would work it and then said I could do it in like less than a minute. Me and my sister used to compete to see who could work them the fastest, and my sister could work a Rubik's Cube in about 46 seconds. And so I would do these weird, could you imagine being a family, sitting around a dinner table, looking over, and say, who worked that Rubik's Cube? I know you worked it. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I know you worked it. And it's just the bug man came in and worked a Rubik's Cube. So that's one of the things I used to do because I was obsessed with Rubik's for a long time. And I'm a nerd and I like to do them. And so I would just do that. And that's my secret. And I never really told anybody, but that's what I like to do. And so it's not like serious. I'm not stealing from anybody or spraying water or all these crazy things that people think exterminators do. I wasn't doing that. I was just working people's Rubik's Cube. So I used to like Rubik's so much that I had a Rubik's Cube on my keychain, and I would work them all the time. Like if I was sitting waiting for somebody to come and let me into a house or something, I would work a little teeny tiny Rubik's Cube on the end of my keychain. I really liked them. So anyway, let's see here. How do you get rid of meal moths? So meal moths are little moths that get into your things like your crackers and your stored products and stuff, and they make these like webby, silky spider webs inside your food, and they'll ruin your food. And so you have to throw away everything that they've infested. You take everything out of the cabinets, which is what I was saying before. You bag up anything that you think might be suspicious, that you maybe not found meal moths in it, but you don't know if there's eggs laid in it or not. And you take that stuff, put it in your gallon-sized bag, Ziploc bag, zip it up so it's sealed up in there. And that way, if the meal moths come out, they're stuck in the bag, you just take the whole thing, throw it away. And then you treat your cabinets while everything's out. You have to treat your cabinets. And that way, let it dry, and then put your food back. And if the meal moths come out, or the larvae, the little worms, come out, and they try to live in the cabinet, they'll die. So that's what I recommend. And it works. It works every time. What about Hot Shot Bedbug Spray? Hot Shot Bedbug Spray is not... Anything in an aerosol can is not very effective. If you have a big couch and you are not physically able to flip it and no one will come over to help, will you still have a chance of killing the bugs? Yes, you will. You may have to treat a little more often, but you can get rid of bugs without flipping a couch. So, but it has been almost an hour and a half. I've got 21 viewers. Anyone who's still here, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, follow me. I'm gonna have to head on out. I got to use bathroom again anyway, and so I might stick around on my TikTok for a few minutes. But you guys have a really great day. I really appreciate it, and follow me for more videos. And I will see you in the next one. Tuesdays are typically when I upload my videos, and Thursdays after 9 are my live streams. So y'all have a great night. I appreciate it, and I will see you later. Thanks. Oh, wait, that's not the one. I'm supposed to go there. Closing stream. All right, I'm closing down. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Enjoy your holidays, and I'm going to go have me a birthday party Sunday.